But thank you very much
Tough
for
job.
your patience. Yeah, we have a 1-0 lead for Violet, but spawning up in the top left of King Sejong Station, it is the Protoss player from Psystorm. Can he bring it back? Give it up for PiLiPiLi.
Yeah. And in the bottom right-hand corner, representing Team Envious, it is our Pink Zerg player, viOLet.
So for anyone who missed the slideshow of Game 1, we'll just give you a little bit of a recap. It was a hatch gas pool from Violet into third base versus PiLiPiLi. Just took an expand and went Stargate and built some Phoenixes. And Violet went for an attack with Roaches and Lings to deny the natural. To deny the third base, and he was able to do that, but PiLiPiLi got quite a bit of damage done with the Overlords, Overlord kills I should say, on the other side of the map, and he actually took a pretty decent lead, but Violet was able to still macro out of it, and then PiLiPiLi tried to go for an adept attack speed with Void Rays, push onto the third base of Violet, but Violet had Roach Ravager Queen, and he was able to shove that away. Then it came down to one big fight where PiLiPiLi had actually been put all in by some really nice Bane drop play from Violet, and Violet was just able to hold it with pretty good positioning and just a slightly stronger army, some nice transfuses. So that's a sum of Game 1.
A wonderful recap, Dave. That was beautiful. It's like it just happened yesterday.
Wow.
That was good. No, that's exactly how it went. Good stuff.
So we are getting into Game 2. Looks like it's actually pretty similar openings from both players.
Same way that they've been opening last time, at least. Maybe this third is a bit earlier for Violet, but I think it's around the same time. The only difference, of course, is that Violet pulling out of gas, but leaving one in this time, as opposed to only taking all of them out, rather.
Yes, that is actually going to allow him to potentially get aggressive, especially this time he's seen the Stargate as soon as PiLiPiLi threw it down, so that's actually pretty nice for him. PiLiPiLi also going for double chrono into Warp Gate as well as into that Adept, so not going to be having quite as quick probe production as maybe he could, but he knows his build. He's comfortable with what he's got.
Yeah, this is really the same kind of deal that he did last time. And honestly, he had pretty good success. It's just that he couldn't hold his third, you know? Maybe he was really afraid of it and didn't want to lose all of his adepts and then die. But...
Oh, looks like this game he's actually going to be going for an Oracle first instead of that Phoenix play. PiLiPiLi has not gotten any work yet, actually, with this Adept. Really nice micro and positioning from Violet to ensure that. Still, there's indirect damage of forcing out those 8 Lings, but yep. Violet's going to be pretty happy with that, not losing any drones or having to lose any Lings and rebuild them.
Yeah, and he's going to use these Lings in order to try to deny the third once again. PiLiPiLi is going to be able to start the Nexus here, but there are no pylons yet, and I don't know if the Adepts are in position. There is one in the wall.
Oh, he does get down that pylon, which is pretty nice. Going to allow him to eventually pylon overcharge and prevent a deny. Meanwhile, PiLiPiLi has not actually done any damage yet with this Oracle on the other side of the map.
No, I just went over, got a little bit of a scout, and that's about it. Now, I've been wondering nowadays, when you see the Protoss take their third base, do you even bother trying to cancel it anymore with the Lings, or is that like a thing of the past where it's just not even worth it?
Usually it's a thing of the past, but we do see a Ling drop actually coming into the main right now, picking off already 4 or 5 workers. No, not quite. Nice micro from PiLiPiLi. Oh, it does get a 5th, but still, that was pretty good damage from Violet.
Yeah. Wow. Not bad at all.
Basically, with Zerglings that he'd already that was no additional commitment except for the Evo Chamber, which I'm sure he'll use in the future, and that drop Overlord. So getting some nice value out of those Lings was Violet. I'm sure he's going to be very happy with that.
Yeah, that wasn't like a huge commitment either, so taking out that many probes, forcing off the mining as well, and getting use of them, yeah, like you said, I think is really important, because anytime you make units as a Zerg player, you really feel the need to get that kind of damage done. And we see a lot more units coming out from Violet too. He has 26 Lings on the map, but there are 2 Oracles out on the wrong side of the map, so maybe they actually might get something done.
And even skirting,
do anything.
even skirting around the Adepts. Oh, but that Adept does wall the natural, but there's a lot of surface area available. PiLiPiLi is going to throw down that pylon, and he's going to be able to wall off. But still, on the other side of the map, actually losing one of the Oracles very awkwardly. Oh, look at that! A stasis trap coming down.
Oh!
He's going to lose the other Oracle even. No, he didn't get it. It got cancelled.
Oh, bit of an issue there, because he did need those to at least try to clean up some of these Lings maybe. He's just going to use his Adepts at home to deal with it. Mainly sentries, actually. So his Adepts are on the other side, trying to get some economic damage done. Already got 10 kills. Not bad. I think it's going to end up being a little bit more, because there's not really a lot here for Violet to defend.
Yeah, this is actually really nice for PiLiPiLi. He should just camp in that main as long as he can and deny as much mining time as possible. But actually, oh, not in a great position. They are going to get surrounded. And that could have been a lot more of a nuisance for Violet, but he does clean that up. 5 of those drone kills were actually from the double Oracle running into the natural before. Violet is going to have to fix his saturation a little bit. He's going to have a few too many workers at his third base.
At his third, right? Yeah. Too many workers at the third.
Oh, okay, but that's fine. He's building those gases, so it's gonna work out fine.
Perfectly fine, actually. Really love his Violet's resilience and persistence to go ahead and try to get something done with the Lings. Forcing out force field is always a good thing to do. +1
Nice
just
force
now finished, so they're going to be a lot more powerful.
Yeah, really nice force fields from PiLiPiLi, saving all of those sentries. But like you said, it was good to force those force fields out. But PiLiPiLi is going to be happy with not losing any sentries of his own.
Oh, for sure, as he already goes ahead and sets up for stage 2. 8 gateways around the way, and Blink is going to be finishing as well. I don't know how effective Blink Stalkers are going to be against Mass Lane. I didn't even think Violet dropped down a Roach Bar in this game, but it looks like he did. So maybe we'll start to see some of that gas get used.
Yeah, Ravager Ling Bane is something that's become very popular in the current meta for Zerg players. And we do see the Mothership Core taking down some of those Lings at the back rocks. Oh, and actually, Lings are going to see this War Prism move out for PiLiPiLi. That's a really nice spot.
And it's also good that that Violet put down that Zergling at the Watchtower. He has some really good vision around the map as far as that goes, but you know, his Overlords aren't really out. I think the Phoenix is trying to contest that, making sure that he doesn't really see anything that's coming. But at least he had the awareness to go ahead and put that down, not get surprised by a big group of Adepts.
Yeah, and this is a fantastic creep spread coming out from Violet so far. Already halfway across the map. Going to be continuing to spread that out. And with PiLiPiLi's very aggressive 3-base style that he likes to do, especially in PvZ, as I say that, he takes a 4th base. But having that creep spread pushed out is just so useful. And we do see Bane speed and Roach speed are just about finished. So he's going to be looking to sit pretty to hold any early attacks. Now Bales, the player that he played yesterday,
yep.
he plays a much more defensive style against this kind of thing, and he actually builds up a much stronger army and then pushes out. Oh, these queens actually might be able to take down the Warp Prism. No, does pull it away.
So close. But you were saying, yeah, about Bales, you know, plays a more defensive style.
Yeah,
army.
Yes, he gets to a much more tech stronger army, so the tech is going to be a lot stronger. Nice pylon overcharge there to protect those rocks. Yeah, a much stronger tech army, so he adds in disruptors, he adds in maybe some Archons, usually gets a faster +2 and +3. But as it is, PiLiPiLi still does have a nice army, and if he can hold on to this 4th base, he'll be in a decent position.
He has a lot of sentry energy as well, so the only thing that can really deal with these force fields are going to be those corrosive vials, and Violet does have a good amount of them, 6 or 7 in total.
Yeah, but this is such a scary army. We do see a big Ling run by attempted at the natural, but not going to happen. And a bunch of the Banelings came very close to cutting through, but they still get, and they're going to take out all of the sentries except for 2, which are out of force field energy. And Violet is looking crushed through at this 4th base.
really was supposed to use the sentries to fight this in pieces, and now, since he had to defend on 2 fronts, he wasn't able to get the force fields out in time. Or maybe viOLet was able to get the corrosive vials at the same time, but I did just look over and see a bunch of sentries get killed. And that's not really the best use of them, so...
I think PiLiPiLi's going to be okay with that, though. Even though he lost a lot of those sentries, viOLet kind of committed... He kind of shot his bolt, and even though he's also on 4 bases, he doesn't have the gases there. He's just starting his Spire, his +2 melee. While it is about to be done, that only puts him on even attack upgrades, and just for the melee. So
Only
I think,
for melee, yeah.
I think PiLiPiLi is going to be happy with how that fight went, even though he lost a lot more than maybe he should have.
True. Yeah, I mean, it always hurts when you lose a lot of the sentries, but the fact that he was able to hold on to that 4th base, and he's still mining from it, the rocks on the left side are still there, and now, oh my god, Archons are going to try to take some of this damage in, but...
Oh, nice last-second force fields.
Whoa, did save a bit of those units here, but I mean, he's going to have to deal with this huge flux of lings that are coming in.
And like I said earlier, those are +2 lings, so those are actually going to tear through the Blink Stalkers. And pushing onto that creep was a little bit too aggressive for PiLiPiLi. And as a result, I think that viOLet... Oh, nice micro with the Warpism on the bottom front. But if we look at the 4th base, we're going to see it's... Oh, nice defensive warping for PiLi.
He had a big warping, but the Spire just finished for viOLet. So,
and he has enough money for 15 euros.
Remember, he died last time with this many, this much gas in the bank. I think this is going to be the engagement that will turn him into the Muta switch. And there you have it.
11 mutas to start, and he's just going to keep spending as he gets minerals. The gas bank is really what keeps him there. Nice pick-off on that Ravager, blinking forward. But that's not really what PiLiPiLi needs. PiLiPiLi needs a lot of Blink Stalkers, and he needs a lot of Archons to deal with it. Still no gas at his 4th or 5th base for viOLet. Also morphing in 12 Banelings, so he doesn't want to die to any kind of attack right now.
Oh, this is so scary here for PiLiPiLi. I mean, he did see it, that Phoenix is a hero, but it did go down. And now it's going to be Ling Bane Muta with the +2 Lings on the ground. He's not going to go for the base trade, he's just going to go for the attack. Maybe focus down the Archon first. He has to really focus on the Archon. Oh, that Archon is getting some juicy hits, though. Oh my god!
Oh, wow. And what was looking like it was going to be an incredible fight for viOLet, he lost control of his Banes, and they all crashed on the Adepts right before they were going to take down those Blink Stalkers. And PiLiPiLi, oh man, this game is so close. But if he blinks forward and gets all these Queens, that could be just a snowball effect for PiLiPiLi. Losing 3 of the very high energy Queens is viOLet.
He had so much energy on them. I was like, if he could have got away there, I think he felt a little bit too confident. But I would never feel confident after that battle. You know, it's like, okay, I might have lost all those units right there. Let's kind of recuperate, get our units back. But he really wants to utilize the rest of the points. He's going to get a pulse around with all of these Stalkers. Whoa, that's some crazy weakness.
Yeah, they do so much damage against Blink Stalkers, and it looks like viOLet may be able to actually just take this down through sheer injects and just persistence. Like, very, very gritty play from viOLet.
Yeah, his injects have been really good, actually, you know, and just being able to actually afford all of these Lings, not only in the mineral department, but the larva department, pretty impressive that he's just remaxing that kind of way.
Yeah, but gotta give props to PiLiPiLi as well. He keeps losing these armies and just remacroing them up instantly, and he's been a constant threat, despite the fact that he's taken some fights that haven't been fantastic. Oh man, if we look at the units lost, 525 lost for the Zerg. Jeez. Oh, but we're seeing a big surround coming in from the Zerg player. But those Archons in the backfield, those could do a lot against these Lings, but it looks like there might just maybe be too much for viOLet.
Oh, it's so close, though. He's killing all of the Lings, but even though the Lings get cleaned up, I don't think the Roaches can actually, or rather the Stalkers can deal with these Roaches, as there are only 4. PiLiPiLi needs to get back into that Immortal production, but viOLet keeps on switching the tech on him, keeping him guessing as to what to warp in next, every single time.
He did pick off quite a few workers at that 5th base, though, so viOLet is now down to 51 workers, and his income is not fantastic. Meanwhile, PiLiPiLi going to be looking to harass this 4th base. Oh man, if he had DTs right now, that'd be so good. But this is so good as it is.
Yep,
those are plus for the Adept. Oh, it does break them down with Corrosive Bile. Nice repositioning from PiLi.
Yeah, there's not enough of force fields to keep them at bay, so he has to fight them directly. And you know, you usually don't want to do that here with mainly playing Stalkers and no Sentries. So he's just going to use these Adepts in order to try to hope that +3 is going to carry him to victory. But this might be just too much Zerg for PiLiPiLi to handle because he does not have the Mothership Core. No more cannons are here at this base. And yeah, it just seems to be an overwhelming force coming out of viOLet, getting into the mineral line. I just don't know if PiLiPiLi is going to be able to hold on here. He's done such a good job the whole time, but this may be where finally gets broken.
PiLiPiLi is doing continued damage on the other side of the map, though. There's down to 36 workers for viOLet, but PiLiPiLi just doesn't have any mining bases left, and he is going to be forced to tap out. Well played.